I already filmed this whole video, but I forgot to turn on my microphone, so now we're filming it again. Also, I'm sitting right in front of a window so you can like see all my imperfections very clearly, so that's fun. Anyway, hi there, my name is Kovu Kingsrod, and there's been a lot of activity on my channel recently. On Saturday, this channel had 28,000 subscribers, and as I'm filming this video, we're really close to 37,000. Shit. So yeah, people are coming to my channel for some reason. It's that 100 ways to come out video. It became really popular. I think it was almost like 100,000 views in like 2 days. I uploaded that on Sunday, it's insane. Anyway, so on Saturday, I thought that I had a few more days to plan out and film a 30k video, but I didn't, and now it's getting kind of late for a 30k video. I figured that instead of making a belated 30k video and maybe like another 40k video in just a few days, because if we keep growing this fast, we're gonna hit 40k in a few days. I decided that I would make a 35k video. Yes, I realised I've never actually made a video where I introduce myself, because I feel like this is a community. I view this entirely as community. I'm just a content creator, and I don't really feel like I'm too interesting, so why would I talk about myself? But recently a lot of new people have come to my channel, and I feel like it would be appropriate to maybe introduce myself to people, so I decided to do 35 facts for 35k. Let's do this. So as you may have gathered already, my name is Kovu Kingsrod, and my last name or surname, Kingsrod, is actually legally written with a line across the O, which is the Norwegian letter Ö. But when making my account and stuff, I just thought that it would be easier to just write it as a normal O, because I didn't want to confuse anyone online. So yeah. My first name is indeed from The Lion King 2. That was my favourite film growing up, and I watched it so many times that I like memorised everything that happened in the film, like the whole script and everything. I knew it by heart. I was born the 6th of September 2001, which makes me a Virgo, and I turned 16 in 3 months. I am 5 feet 4 inches or 164 centimeters, so not too tall, but the same height as Patrick Stump, so I'm happy. I worship Patrick Stump, by the way. I live, and I've always lived, in Fredrikstad, Norway, but I'm not planning on staying here my whole life, like at all. I'm Norwegian, but I absolutely love the English language, and I get so annoyed when people say that I have a Norwegian accent, because just because I am from Norway and I have a particular kind of accent, it doesn't mean that it's a Norwegian accent, because this is not what a Norwegian accent sounds like, at all. Some people have asked me about this, so I took the test this morning, and apparently my personality type is INFPT. Yes, I looked down at my phone to like read that, yeah, okay. I am atheist/agnostic, usually more on the atheist side, but it kind of depends on how many horror films I've watched. So this isn't usually how I introduce myself to people, but I feel like it's a kind of important fact, because a lot of my content is like related to that, I guess. I am transgender, which means that I was assigned female at birth. I am biologically female, but I identify as male. For the record, I'm not on any type of hormones yet. I haven't had any kind of surgery. This is all what nature did to me or whatever. As you might have noticed, I chopped off all my hair the other day, and it feels so strange because I'm used to having like a fringe and looking kind of androgynous. Now I just look very, very masculine, and I'm a bi, well, I'm that too. I'm a guy, but I'm a very androgynous guy. I'm a very androgynous soul, and I like looking kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, but I just feel like I don't really look like myself, and it's kind of strange getting used to it, but oh well. Also, I noticed that if I put on my glasses, I kind of look like Tyler Oakley, maybe a little bit. I don't know. Also, I don't know how to style my hair yet, so excuse that. I think I'm just gonna wear these glasses for the rest of the video. Another thing, I also make a lot of videos about mental health, because I'm very passionate about mental health and mental health awareness. Fun fact, I have something called Charcot-Marie tooth disease, or Charcot-Marie, no that's not it. I don't know how to pronounce it, but basically what it is that the nerve signals that my brain sends to the rest of my body, especially my arms and my legs, are much slower than an average person's. What it means is that I'm very clumsy, I have terrible balance, and the muscles in my arms and legs are much weaker than an average person's, yeah. Also, one joke I made in the 100 Ways to Come Out video, the one about scoliosis and my back not being straight, yeah, I actually have scoliosis, so yeah. I've had a lot of problems with my knees. They tend to dislocate a lot, which is extremely painful, and I can't walk for like 6 weeks, but that hasn't happened in like 2 years, so knock on wood. This is like my whole medical record, jeez. I also have this scar on my left knee. I don't really know if you can see it. Wait. Can you see that? Ta-da! I got that 3 years ago. I had an accident on my bike. It was quite bad. It was really painful. I basically ripped up all the skin on my knee. We left a really cool scar though, and now I can say that I've like been in a fight with a bear or something like that. Also, please don't judge my OOTD. I'm just wearing my pajamas. I used dummies or pacifiers or whatever you want to call them until I was 5. On my 5th birthday, my mum thought it was time that I let them go, and she gave me a teddy bear that I still have to this day. It's in my bed with me every single night, and it has been for almost 11 years. When I was little, I nearly drowned my brother. We were on holiday, like a boating trip with my aunt and uncle, and I basically used him as a floaty. Like we were swimming like from the boat or whatever, and it was really deep there, and I got really scared, and I climbed on top of my brother's shoulders and like pressed his head down underneath the surface of the water. So sorry, Christopher. The sound of static really calms me down. So I used to have panic attacks a lot. I don't have them as often anymore, but then a fan or my heater would always like help calm me down. Also, when people do this on my skin, it's like the best feeling ever. It's so good. I did theatre for 4 years or so, and I miss it so bad. Wolves are, and have always been my favourite animal. I've always had this like strange connection to wolves. But my German Shepherd, who's over there, who's like the laziest dog in the universe, is the closest my mum has ever gotten to letting me have a pet wolf. So yeah, I am not a sports person. I'm completely hopeless with sports. In my head, almost every letter in the alphabet is connected to a number, a shape, and a colour. So say for example the letter A is in the same group as a square, the colour red, and the number 4. Why it is like that, I don't know. I'm an extremely messy and unorganised person, and I procrastinate a lot. I never get in trouble, and I get really good grades, which is strange because I often forget to do my homework, I forget my books and stuff like that. I think my teachers just like me. I don't know. When I was 10, I got really sick from pneumonia, and I didn't sleep for weeks because I just kept coughing all night, and that kept me up. And I fainted at the doctor's office because my body just passed out from exhaustion. When I was little, I'd often feel very lonely because I felt like I could never really connect with the other kids. I would always like talk to adults instead, and it still is like that. I still don't really like children because I don't know how to communicate with them, and they notice they don't like me either. I don't want to be condescending, but I know that the brains aren't fully developed yet, so I can't speak to them as if they are adults. I don't really get it. First concert I ever went to was a Selena Gomez concert. My brother bought me tickets to the show for my 12th birthday, so now you know. I'm extremely curious, and I reflect on pretty much everything, and I think way too much. I can think myself into like existential crises. I absolutely love psychology, and the summer when I was like 11, 12, I read a shit ton of books that my mum had from when she studied psychology at the university. I read a lot about lobotomy and stuff like that, and I find it particularly interesting how they treated patients in the 1960s and 1970s, and it kind of messed me up a little bit. I don't think children are supposed to read stuff like that, but it's so interesting though. I've always loved holidays, and Halloween and Christmas were my favourite growing up. And my mum has said that the earliest I ever decorated my room for Christmas was in August. Yeah, and then it stayed like that until January the next year. I had my first kiss when I was 6. And it wasn't my boyfriend or anything, it was my friend Julie's boyfriend. That's really gay and really mean. I've always really loved writing, and I've made my teachers cry a lot because my stories and stuff like that, things that I write are always extremely dark and depressing, and that's kind of been my source of creativity since I was very little. Like, it's always been like that. Like, I remember being 8 years old and writing pages upon pages about a story of a nice little family of animals living in the forest, and then one of them committed suicide. Like, no wonder why I got mental health problems later on, jeez. I lost my 2 front teeth when I was 5 or 6 by biting my brother and his friend in the knees. And finally, I used to be an extrovert, but the last few years I've become an introvert. I think that's mostly because of like, I'm very socially anxious. So yeah, I basically spent the past 3 years locked up in my bedroom, but after a bit I started making YouTube videos, and look where we're at now. By the way, I don't see myself as a YouTuber. just like for the record, I just see myself as someone who happens to make videos. So, yeah, I don't know. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you liked it and maybe you learnt a bit more about me. I hope you're all having an absolutely wonderful day today. Stay safe and drink and do not hurt yourselves, and remember that you are so much more than you could ever realize, seriously, and I'll see you in my next video if you choose to stick around. If you do, subscribe to see more of my awkward little face. But yeah, take care. Bye!